Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Thursday. This is Devils After Dark, coming to you live from the Primetime Radio Studios inside the bunker in beautiful New Jersey and Scotty's beautiful palace in Beverly Hills, California. Streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network as the Devils win in overtime over the Philadelphia Flyers at the Wells Fargo Center, also known as the FU Center 25 years ago. And it was a close, tight game. Scotty, lots of stuff to talk about. My emotions were going throughout the game. I see Max with the Woo Bucks, the Super Chat, Victory Bucks, Old Yeller. That's what he's saying, Scotty.
All right.
What you doing?
Well, just got done watching this fantastic game here. Pretty exciting little tilt here between the Met Division rivals, the Philadelphia Flyers, who we'll be seeing in the outdoor game early next year, and the New Jersey Devils. Game number 21 of the season on the road. First of another back-to-back. Hello to everybody on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, X, Twitch. I see Joe Light, see Art Heaton, Selecta, Max, Allen, Insane Pollock, Josh, Michael Descala, Felix. Who else we got in here? Tom, Dermody. Oh, man, we got a lot of people just jumping in here. Supernova. Yeah. Steven Angle. Whole bunch of people chiming in there. You can as well. YouTube Live, Facebook Live, X, Twitch. Go ahead and check that out. So, yeah, first of yet another back-to-back for these New Jersey Devils. Dougie Hamilton, and two. What's up, buddy? Dougie Hamilton not in the lineup tonight. Luke Hughes moved up to the top pair. Brendan Smith, oh boy, moved back to the defense. Oh, we know how that's going to go. Akira Schmid in net. LaBerge, Samuel LaBerge making his Devils debut there on the fourth line. Didn't get a whole lot of ice time. And, of course, it's always fun to see our buddy John Tortorella blow a gasket or two, which he did a few times during this game. Love those old Torts explosion highlights over there. They always make for some funny post-game commentary. But either way, let's talk about this game down there in Philly. First period didn't take long for the Devils to get on the board. Holtzy, once again, this kid is on fire. Number 10, maybe should be wearing number 9 over there. We're going to see in the future, but Alexander Holtz puts his 7th of the year home, even strength yet again. If there was a downside to this game, it was the Devils' special teams, and we'll talk about that. But Holtzy gets his 7th of the year at 3:10 of the first period, and this was Mikey McLeod and Colin Miller making it happen, getting the puck into the zone. Miller passes to McLeod, who brings it in. He drop passes to Holtz, who kind of does a little toe drag, delays a little bit, and man, does he let a laser fly off of that stick. I mean, you know, we've talked about it before, but now we're really seeing it with our own two eyes. The release that this kid has on his shot is just unbelievable. Rips it right past Carter Hart, high glove side. Like we said, for his 7th of the year, McLeod gets his 5th assist. Colin Miller gets numero uno assist on the year for his role in that goal. 1-0 New Jersey Devils. We had our captain, Nico Hischier, creating a good opportunity right after that as well. Nico was parked in front of the net where he was basically the entire game. And he was working hard. There was a shot from the point. I can't remember who put it on there. It might have been Ball. It might have been Luke. I don't really remember. Either way, Nico was there in front screening Carter Hart, and the puck just trickled wide of the goal mouth. And poof, Carter Hart comes up big right there. Devils get a power play, don't convert. Kevin Ball then takes a high stick penalty as soon as the Devils' power play expires. The Devils run the PK, and then about 30 or 40 seconds into it, John Marino gets tripped up. And so we got some 4-on-4 action happening. And the big play about here during this time was when the Devils did actually go onto the power play 5-on-4. They gave up an odd man rush, shorthanded the other way. And my captain, Nico Hischier, getting back for the back check to negate that short-handed odd man rush opportunity. And then with about 5 minutes to go in the first period, holy Toffoli over to jumping Jack Flash for his 8th goal of the year, his 27th point on the season. What's Jack played? 15 games? 16 games? Yeah, 27 points. He's on the rapid fire pace over there. 2-0 New Jersey Devils. Again, another even strength goal. Hughes is 8th, from Toffoli his 9th, and Dawson Mercer getting his 4th assist. We're starting to see the points start to come for the man with the wavy hair who just really wants Nico Hischier to buy him a beer. Hey, Nico, I got an assist. How about a beer? So this comes from a great long outlet pass by Dawson Mercer, making the defensive play in the defensive zone, getting the puck along the boards, and he springs out to Foley and Jack down the ice. Good vision, looking down over there. He gets it over to Toffoli. Jack and him come in, and I can't remember. It was a Flyers forward who was actually back on defense. So obviously advantage Devils in that situation no matter what. Toffoli goes and passes it over to Jack, and he just rifles a shot. And again, much like the last game when he scored, and you heard that ping off the goalpost, because he rattled it off the inside of the goalpost, and then it did the same thing tonight. You heard that ping just echo throughout that arena, and it kind of did one of those little clank arounds again, clanging and banging. Jack Hughes is turning into the Rock. Who would have thunk it over there? Clanging and banging off the post and in. Jack Hughes puts the Devils up 2-0. And then everybody had a moment. Everybody had a moment at the end of the first period when we saw Luke Hughes take yet another massive hit in the corner from Hathaway. Luke, it did not look good. It did not look good. Luke was holding his arm. He immediately went to the dressing room, and you're thinking, oh, how awesome. How many more injuries can possibly happen to this team? Now, they gave Hathaway a 5-minute major for boarding and a misconduct. I kind of have to agree with Ken Danico here that I didn't really think it was a 5-minute major. I definitely thought it was a boarding penalty. However, the real fault was the fact that this was an icing call, and the linesman did not blow the whistle. If this was the other way, we would expect our defenseman or our forward, whatever, to finish their check. Okay? Now, not to say, was it a completely clean check? That's debatable. But this was an icing, and the whistle should have blown, and it did not. Because Luke beat Hathaway back to the puck for the icing, no stoppage. So yeah, Hathaway's going to continue to play through. However, Luke stopped his stride, and that's what got him caught. Was this more on Hathaway, or was this more on our lovely officials, who we know just love the Devils oh so much? I'm going to lean to the fact that this was an officiating error. Because if it was the other way around, I would want Curtis Lazar to finish his check there. Because the whistle didn't blow. This one is on the linesman. Yet another officiating blunder during a Devils game. Not like we haven't seen that before. Either way, they review it. They still give Hathaway a 5-minute major, plus the 10-minute misconduct for boarding. Siegenthaler kind of went in there, but, whatever. I don't know. We've talked about this before with the toughness on this team. Want to see people, we saw it with Brendan Smith finally, dropping the gloves. But of course, that's when he was a forward. Now that he's back on defense, we know how the play is going to go. But either way, another big issue is this top-ranked power play did not score on a 5-minute major that crossed over the first period into the second period. Did they have a lot of shots? Yes. But it turned Carter Hart basically into Superman, who was making just phenomenal stop after phenomenal stop after phenomenal stop for the rest of the game. And by the way, so did Akira Schmid. And we'll get to those numbers in a little bit. But very, very disappointing. This top-ranked power play did not come through on a major penalty. Okay? So the second period starts. Devils had about a minute, I think it was like about a minute 54 or so left on that major penalty that they don't score on. But deep exhale, everybody. It's okay. We did the manifesting. We did our little yoga Zen moment. Luke. He brings his lightsaber out, Skywalker style, and he's back out on the ice for the start of the second period, almost like that big hit didn't even happen. Whew. That's a breath of relief right there. Seeing Luke Hughes back out there on the ice. The Devils have a penalty to kill after that, which they do. I believe, was that the Nico penalty? I believe that was the first of Nico's penalties. Jack had a nice 2-on-1 going down the ice. Some really pretty stick work. He delays. He cuts towards the middle and then finds Toffoli, who's trailing him, passes it back across, and then Carter Hart comes up with a huge glove save to keep the score 2-0 Devils. But then there is another penalty on the Devs, and this time Akira Schmid can't save the day. There's a big blast from the point. Rebound not far out. It's not like Akira Schmid wasn't controlling his rebounds. The rebound was right in front of him. And as he's going to reach down, Travis Konechny is at the side of the net, and he's being covered. He is being covered. He's not wide open. He's being covered. This was just a really, really good play by Konechny. And he taps the puck. Literally just one-handed, taps the puck across over to Morgan Frost, who's then able to poke the puck home for the goal, power play goal. Nathan Bastian is diving, trying to get a stick out there to block, but it was a good play by the Flyers there. It was a tough one. Again, I don't think you could put this one on Akira Schmid. And also, Lindy looked like he was going to challenge this play because Konechny, after he tapped the puck over, he went behind Akira Schmid in the crease. I guess they felt that he didn't touch Akira, but I thought that could have been something to throw a review out there for a possible goaltender interference. Either way, Lindy doesn't, and we are now 2-1 Devils. That was at 11:49 of the second period. Again, a power play goal, and we know that penalty kill for the Devils has struggled all year long. They gave up 2 tonight, by the way. That's the first of 2 that they give up. Devils go on the power play. After that, McLeod gets an interference call against Ristolainen. Ristolainen kind of just nudged him out of the way when he was skating up the ice. Hart made 2 insane saves on this power play. One on Toffoli and then Holtzy on the rebound. I mean, Hart was just diving across doing the Superman to try and stop this shot from Alexander Holtz, trying to put home his second goal of the game. But Carter Hart was standing on his head for most of this game. He is the reason why the Flyers were still in this one, come late into the third period, that they were able to eventually tie it up. Carter Hart, got to tip your hat. He played a really, really good game. Start of the third period, Devils kill off the remainder of a Flyers power play that crossed over. This was from Luke Hughes, actually, who had a delay of the game. And you kind of thought that Luke maybe heard the footsteps coming because he was along the boards. A pass was coming up along the boards. He gets it. He has to spin his back, and he's gonna backhand it out of the zone. But you can just see he was kind of looking over those shoulders real quick after getting knocked in the first period. So I think he kind of heard the footsteps, puts it over the glass. No harm, no foul, because the Devils end up killing that one off. What do we got? 4:31 into the third period. Devils on the power play again. And finally, after being, 0 for 3, 0 for 4 at this point, and not converting on a 5-minute major, Holy Toffoli comes through with his his team leading 12th goal of the season, coming from Nico Hischier, his second assist, and Jack Hughes. Jack Hughes has got 20 assists on the year already. By the way, I said 27 points. Excuse me, 28 points for Jack on the season because I forgot about this assist over here. Oh, wait, and then he got another one later in the game, so he's up to 29. 29 points in 15 games, 16 games? Dude is a beast. But Toffoli got this goal here on the power play, PPG, to put the Devils up 3-1. Jack and Luke, just great puck movement between the Hughes brothers. Eventually get a shot taken. Toffoli I don't know if Nico got a tip on this or if it was Toffoli. I thought Toffoli got his own rebound, but maybe he got the rebound from Nico Hischier because Nico did end up getting the assist, so that makes sense. But Toffoli puts the rebound home, and then we see Nico Hischier kind of get his skates, because like I said earlier, Nico was just parked in front of Carter Hart this entire game, and it looked like the skates kind of got a little tangled up there, and Nico did one of those like Ric Flair, kind of like fall down face first, when Rick gets like beat up for a little bit, and then he kind of walks and goes, that's what it looks like Nico did, except the ice hurts a lot. And he had like his arm tucked down, and he just like face planted, and he was down on the ice for a little bit. And you're like, oh, Jesus Christmas, please don't let the captain be injured again. He looked a little shaken up. Not going to lie. The team, stopped celebrating. They skated over to him. Took him a while to get up, and he was on the bench. He missed a couple shifts. He eventually came back. Thanks, sweet Ozzy. Which, by the way, it's Ozzy's birthday coming up next week. Going to be 75 for the Prince of Darkness. But either way, Nico skips the next shift. Akira Schmid comes up with a big timely save after that. But the Flyers do eventually get the game a little bit closer. Again, this was this was an even strength goal from Sean Walker. I believe this one was this was the one from the point, which again, I don't think you could put this one on Akira Schmid because there was a ton of traffic in front of him, and I don't think he ever saw the puck coming at all. I'm amazed that this puck is one of those like miracle shots where you're like, how in the hell did that actually find its way through to the net? Because there were so many guys right there in the lane, but one way or another, it did, and it goes past Akira Schmid's shoulder. Walker gets his fourth from Courtier at his 10th, and Konechny his 6th assist. Even strength goal at 15 minutes even. So 3-2, 5 minutes to go. Nico's back on the ice, and then, kiss that lady Bing goodbye. Jack Hughes takes a hooking call. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. And then as they're killing off this penalty, Nico gets his stick held by, I think it was Konechny, actually. He had his stick, Nico's stick between his legs, and he just starts squeezing. And Nico's like trying to get his stick out, and he can't do it. And then lo and behold, who makes his presence felt? Our best friend. We love him at left wing. Left defense, not so much. Brendan Smith takes a penalty to put the Flyers on a 5-on-3 power play. And Konechny definitely cross-checked him as they're skating towards the benches. But then Brendan Smith returns the favor with a massive whack. And we all know the officials hate us. And which do you think they called? The one they're always going to call, the retaliation. Brandon Smith, bye-bye to the penalty box. No surprise right there. Flyers on a 5-on-3 power play for, about 36 seconds. And the Devils end up killing off the 5-on-3, but then they got the 5-on-4. And literally, with 1 second left in the power play, Forster gets the goal. Another shot from the point here. His second of the year to tie it up at 19:09. The second PPG for the Flyers. So, once again, these special teams still struggling. I know the Devils' power play is lethal. They're first in the league. But, man, you're looking back at that 5-minute major penalty that they weren't able to put one home on, and you're like, damn, that would have been some nice insurance right now. They give up the power play goal. Flyers tie it up 3-3 at 19:09. And for the first time since game 4, I think, the Devils are heading into overtime. Some 3-on-3 action. And who do they put out there to start things off? Time to play the game! Triple H, Luke Hughes, Jack Hughes, and Nico Hischier. And it doesn't take long, my friend. 28 seconds into the OT, Nico helps create a turnover in the defensive zone from the Flyers, and poof, springs the Hughes boys straight up the ice for a 2-on-1. Jack with the beautiful saucer pass that lands right on the stick of Luke Hughes as he's coming through with that shot, ting, right in the net, past Carter Hart, who, again, played a hell of a game. But when you got the Luke boys coming at you the Hughes boys coming at you like that, that's a tall task for any goaltender, even if your last name was Brodeur or Hasek, all right? Beautiful pass by Jack. Beautiful shot just ripped by Luke. That's his 3rd of the year. Jack Hughes' his 21st assist, 3-point game for Jack. And Nico Hischier gets another assist as well, his 3rd of the year. Even strength in the 3-on-3. Devils win in the OT. Shots on goal for the Devils, 7, 16, 11, 1. Only one needed in overtime for the Slayer Raining Blood tribute of 35 raining pucks from the Devils on the ice. And then, remember we talked about Akira Schmid playing well? The Flyers had 8 in the first period, 25 shots in the second, 14 in the third, for a total of 47. The Devils let up 50 shots on goal tonight. Oh, that's a lot. That is a lot. Devils had 14 block shots. The Flyers had 15. Hits, the Flyers out-hit the Devils a little bit here, 14-11. Power plays, again, Devils 1 for 5. Flyers 2 for 6, so they're taking a lot of those penalties as well. Stay out of the box, boys. Face-off percentage was pretty even. Devils 133, Flyers 130. But the most important stat, the old scoreboard there. Devils win 4-3 in OT. They don't drop one to a division rival. The Flyers do get a point, but either way, the Devils get 2, which is the most important thing in the standings right now as they try to climb back into that playoff picture, which I'm pretty confident that they will be doing. We got to see if there's any reports on Luke Hughes. He seemed okay. Obviously, I don't know if you saw it or not. He took the nice bow after scoring that goal in OT. So love the celly over there. Bring back the hockey cellies. Come on. Where's Timo Solani riding his stick down the ice? I still miss those days from back in the 90s and everything like that. But Luke Hughes, we'll have to see if there's any reports on him. Don't have any updates on Dougie Hamilton, Eric Halla, or Thomas Nosek. LaBerge, played very, very sparingly here in this game. We'll see what happens with him. But overall, 3 games in a row now, the Devils have won after their 3-game losing streak. These are teams, like the Islanders and the Sabres and everything. These are teams, the Flyers, there's a team that the Devils should beat and they did win to start off this back-to-back before they head home tomorrow to play the last place Sharks. As we will say hello to Fabian Zetterlin, Nikita Ahoytuk, and Mackenzie Blackwood tomorrow night. But let's bring in the king of the football calls himself right now, Sam Wu, to see what he thought about this game, and want to hear from you on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, X, Twitch. Oh, Tom. Okay, good. Luke passed concussion protocol. Thank you. Take a bow, Luke. That's right, Selecta. What a great job. Great job by Luke tonight. Showing his toughness, the young kid. Sam, what did you think of this game?
You know what? The Flyers play hard. And the Devils...
Tortorella.
Yeah, Tortorella style type hockey. And you would expect Tortorella to get every ounce of effort, talent out of these Philadelphia Flyers, who, really are rebuilding. And I have to give Tortorella credit. They came prepared and showed up tonight. But in the end, the Devils' talent took over. And seeing Luke Hughes tonight bounce back from the hit, went through the concussion protocol during intermission, did his thing, came back. He's looking like a veteran defenseman right now, Scotty. And the other thing too, move over Connor Bedard. I think Luke Hughes is going to give him a run for the money for that Rookie of the Year, the Calder, and he is just looking magnificent out there. I didn't think he was going to be this good this early in his career. I mean, we talk about. We talk about Niedermeyer-esque just because he's such a fluid skater. But the offensive abilities, the gift that Luke Hughes has, and seeing Jack happy and unhappy. Did you see the clip when it was live when Jack Hughes told the refs, I almost want to do a John Boy Media type like telling the ref, I don't know, do your job. And then of course they bang Jack Hughes with a penalty in the end there, right? So these refs were terrible, consistently terrible, all night long. I thought it was just a good Devils victory. You knew the Flyers were going to be tough. They were on the road. And now they're gaining that, snowballing that momentum right now. And can they take this to the next game, which is tomorrow night at The Rock? Shorts Guy will be at American Whiskey for Game Day Live. I will be there for Devils After Dark tomorrow. So can this snowball? Could they go on a run? But instead of like last season in November, could it be in December? That the Devils could go on that run. And also they're doing it without some of their key players. I mean, Timo Meier, Haula. I know I've been harping on Dougie Hamilton, but between all of them, I mean, that's about, I don't know, about $22 million of cap space on the shelf right now. So, I expected the Devils to win tonight. I expected the Flyers to put up a big fight. Brendan Smith, I don't know how you feel about this, Scotty, but honestly, he got caught. But I didn't have I did not have a problem with what he did.
I did because
that's just me.
They're already. You can't do that when you're on the PK. especially in a tight game in the third period. And I see the gentleman, I like your name over there, and Ronaldo and Josh. He knew exactly what he was doing because he knew he can get Brendan Smith to make a stupid move like that.
Yep.
And the refs always call the retaliation. They never call the initial. They're always going to call the retaliation. You can't take a penalty like that when you're already on the PK in what was that, the last 5 minutes of the game, and put your team down 5 on a 5-3. No, I'm sorry. You can't do that. That's bad. If this was the first period or second period or something like that, the Devils are up 3-1 or 4-1, okay, whatever. Go at it, dude. But tight game, end of the third, you're already down a man, and you're going to take a retaliation penalty. That's just not smart. That's dumb.
It is dumb, but the ref missed 3 penalties beforehand.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
they didn't miss him on the Devils, though. Yeah, they missed him on the Flyers conveniently.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I thought the officiating was just absolutely terrible tonight.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, 100%. The officiating was really bad. I mean, Dano was jumping out of his seat in that broadcast booth tonight about all the stuff that the officials were missing. So, and again, we can go back to the first period, the friggin' icing that the linesman didn't blow the whistle on. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, how do you feel about that? I want to see how everyone else feels about it. Because Hathaway you're taught play till the whistle blows. Where were the linesmen? How did they miss that with the whistle? What do you think of that? Am I off on my thinking here?
The officials are human too. I don't know.
I mean, how many are they allowed to miss in a game, though? I mean, that's a pretty basic thing, icing,
Yeah.
It's not even like they have the big, long thing. Oh, I dropped my whistle. It's like a little thing just wrapped around on your finger now. You just, have it in your mouth, ready to go. It's icing. It's one of the most basic calls of hockey.
Max is saying something on the YouTube Live that's caught my attention. He's saying that guys on the NHL Network said that Smith should be suspended.
For what? Playing bad defense and taking stupid penalties? I'd suspend him for taking stupid penalties. Yeah, I could do that. He's going to go back to the chicken nuggets in the 200s in the concession stands. All right?
That's the only way to motivate Brendan Smith. Open up those concession stands, Brendan, and do your job.
He had such a good run. He looked so much better on the wing. I don't know what it is. As soon as I saw Brendan Smith back on the defense, I was like, guaranteed he takes a penalty at some point tonight.
Of course.
Sure enough.
He's Brendan Smith.
Yes, I'm right there with you, gentlemen. Put him on the fourth.
But seriously, I think Akira Schmid, he's the number one, Scotty. I've been saying all along.
Oh, great game by him. He had a number. And you know what? In the beginning of the season, we were seeing him not get those legs down flat on the ice and leaving that 5-hole open. Man, has he cleaned that up in the last few games that he has played. I mean, when he gets that leg down, there are no pucks just sliding under there, The goals tonight, they weren't like ones where you're like, oh, damn, I wish I had that one back. It's like, man, that's a tough one there on the goalie. There were no easy goals that he gave up.
Yeah,
that one I don't even think he saw. The one that I think was the second goal by the Flyers that was from the point. There was so much traffic in front, you could just see he didn't even move. It just went right over his shoulder, and it's like what? Huh? So I thought Akira Schmid, 50 shots they put on him. 50.
That's a lot. That is a lot.
That's a lot.
And he had a good save percentage tonight as well. I mean, they put a lot They put a lot of shots on Akira, and I thought he did well under pressure.
Oh,
What
yeah.
the Flyers did, especially in big moments. I mean, that last goal that he gave up was quite unfortunate because, nothing he could.
Yeah, it was
there.
It was right with 1 second left on the power play.
Those deflections are tough to stop. But, however, the Devils' PK, how many times? I think we saw a half a dozen times tonight where they couldn't clear the zone. That they just
Dano was like yelling. He's like, "Get it out! Get it out!" Yeah, Andy. Yeah, Smith played great against the Islanders because he was up on the wing. Those huge checks, love it. Wasted youth comics. Schmid was always in position tonight. Yes, he was. And even that one that Konechny tapped over to, was it Frost or Forrester? I can't remember. I think it was Frost on that first goal. I mean, that was just a damn good play by Konechny. And I mean, that rebound wasn't like way out of reach for Akira Schmid. He made the save and it was literally like right in front of him. And Konechny just got the stick on it really fast. And you know us, we'll call it out when the Devils leave people wide open at the side of the net. Konechny was covered. It was just a good play by him. Tom says the Flyers announcers said Siegenthaler pushed Hathaway into Luke. Yeah, no. That didn't happen. Max says, what a goaltender display tonight. Is that a little ironic?
Is he trying to be punny?
Because of chicken tenders? Is that what you're trying to get at there, Max? I see what you're doing over
He's
there.
Trying to be very punny.
Wyatt is saying that Schmid's going to be the new number one soon. Okay. Yeah, was that Justin Key on the ice tonight for the refs? Must have been.
No, I checked. He's not. He was nowhere near the arena.
Oh, thank God. JP saying Nico just had the wind knocked out of him when he fell. Yeah, I mean, he did that like Ric Flair faceplant thing, and I definitely had that nervous moment because you see, it was Toffoli. You see him celebrating over there, and then all of a sudden you see that celebration look turn into like, oh, what's going on? And I'm like, oh no, who's up next? Who's the next one? And I'm like, please, no, not Nico. Not Nico again. So hopefully, yeah, it was just a little, whatchamacallit, wind getting knocked out of him. Okay. Payton. Is that how you say it? Payton? He's been a Smith defender. Yeah, that slash was, it was a brutal slash. He really definitely hacked it. But you can't do that when you're already on the penalty, on the PK, rather. Third period. Tight game. Division rival. These are big points. You got to be smarter than that. And Konechny, he's smartest one of them all because he knew Smith would retaliate. Thank you, Supernova. He is the retaliator. I am the retaliator. I retaliate with my stick, chopping you in half. JP says Hart was a Hart finalist tonight. He was standing on his head. He was standing on his head tonight. Because even though the Devils didn't score on that 5-minute power play, they had a number of solid opportunities on it. They just didn't finish it off for whatever reason.
Or the opportunities for an empty net goal towards the end there. And that's something to keep an eye on.
Oh, that's right. Yep. Tom is saying that Luke is currently second in rookie scoring. I like seeing that. Oleg, good observations. The Devils haven't won both games of a back-and-back yet. or back-to-back yet. Well, if you had to pick out a team in the league to try and get that second win against, I think the San Jose Sharks might be a good one for might be up there on the list. Yeah. And please, like Sam and I said the other day, let's please not make Mackenzie Blackwood look like Hasek or Brodeur or something like that when he comes in tomorrow. Let's pepper him. Let's get some shots on that guy. Zetterlund is their leading scorer with 6 goals. Good for Zetterlund. He was a good kid. Francois Charon was the ref. Oh, he was also was the game against the Islanders. Oh, perfect. The San Jose Land Sharks.
Does Zetterlund have more goals than Timo Meier right now?
He might. I gotta look at Timo's stats. How many goals does Timo have? Well, like 4 or 5, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Sharks and Boston were fighting a lot tonight. Oh, I could see that. I can see that. Good. Let them get beat up so they come in all tired. Yeah, Selecta. Totally agree. Smith has got to be. Supernova says apparently, being smart is not in Brendan Smith's DNA. So listen, he did really, really well on the left wing. Did really, really well. I don't know what it is back there on defense, but whatever. Hopefully, Dougie won't be out too long, or perhaps they call up. How do you say? Is it Hataka? I believe that. I think he's Finnish or Swedish. Can't remember. I believe he was. I think he was part of the trade with the Sharks that sent Blackwood and Hoytuk and Zetterlund over to San Jose, and Mohamedulin. I'm like, there was someone else that was in that deal as well. Oh, Mohamedulin. Paul, yep, maybe a Cal Foot sighting. Steve, I agree. The refs got shipped tonight to the Dallas for the Seahawks game. Oh, Max, Timo has 5, Zets has 6. Okay. We'll see where those numbers are at the end of the season. I don't think they'll be as close, but fair enough for right now. Yeah, that Nico fall was just kind of weird. I don't know if he got his skates like tangled up with Carter Hart or whatever, but like I said, like that arm was tucked and he just poof. There was nothing to break his fall except for the ice, unfortunately. So never want to see that from the captain, but he did come back, to finish the game. So that's always good news over there. JP, I believe Cal Foot is healthy. Nolan Foot is injured. Still from the beginning of the season. Nolan Foot was injured before the season even started. So who knows? Maybe we will. But when you look at it, Brendan Smith hasn't missed the game yet so far this season. Lindy's had him out there every single night. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Wyatt says it looked to me like his stick got tangled up and couldn't get his. Yeah. But Luke comes through. You underestimate my power. Luke is strong with the Force. Super excited for tomorrow.
I
love when the Devils are playing well.
Yeah.
Makes me so happy. Because then I get so excited to watch these games. I'm like, can we make it a 4-game heater? And then can we make it a 5-game and a 6-game? This team can do it. This is a team with the talent to be able to start rattling off some wins like that in a row. So let's hope for all the goodness tomorrow night. Holtzy, that's right, Craig Best. Has been looking good. And we're going to be back to talk about it tomorrow. Game Day Live. Shorts guy is going to be down there at American Whiskey. If you happen to be going to the game, stop on by. Maybe get yourself a tower of some and Crew brew. I know Shorts guy will be putting some down. Vinny Parisi will be up on the satellite feed. The great Sam Wu will be along for the post game. He and I, Devils After Dark. Sam will be there at the bar. So if you're going to the game, stop by beforehand at American Whiskey to see Shorts Guy and Game Day Live. And then come on back afterwards and let's hopefully celebrate another W for these New Jersey Hockey Devils. And how do we celebrate that, Samu? With an And Crew brew.
And Crew brew.
Can we get a little shot of that? Can we get a little shot of that beautiful can?
And Crew brew.
Oh, baby.
Make winning memories together, one crew at a time. Join our crew today.
I love how you say it with salesman voice. You know, you talk all normal, then it's join our crew today. It's And Crew Brew, making memories one crew at a time.
Try to get into my fake radio voice.
That's like the Seinfeld voice. It's And Crew Brew, one crew at a time. Make the memories. So, yeah.
Like Rob Snyder.
Come on by to American Whiskey. What's that?
Rob Snyder. Scotty.
Oh, God.
With the And Crew Brew. Anyway.
Steve Tart, that didn't happen yet. LeBerge got sent down? We'll see. I don't think that happened yet. Oh, Timo time? Oh, maybe he did. Wasted Youth is saying it as well. Okay, all right, cool. We'll see what happens there. Maybe Timo will be back in the lineup tomorrow against his former team, the San Jose Sharks. Would love to see that. Either way, like we said, we'll be talking about it here on the Let's Go Devils Podcast Network. Game Day Live, Shorts Guy and Vinny, Devils After Dark, Sam Wu, and myself, Scotty. Going for that big Devils W once again and 4-game heater. Let's get that action going. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. YouTube Live, Facebook, X, Twitch. I see you all out there. Yeah, that's right, Tom. Sam does it. Sam is like, it's like Sam, Casey Kasem, Woo. And I have a letter here from a young kid in New Jersey. And he writes.
My mother is a Flyers fan. And she disowned me as a child.
We torpedoed them. Max with some more victory bucks.
Oh, Max.
Oh, that's right. It's the Sharks. We may have another harpooning tomorrow.
Yes.
You know Sam Wu loves the harpoon. We may have a harpooning tomorrow with the San Jose Sharks coming to the Rock. Oh, baby.
Harpoon them in the back of the boat.
We're going to need a bigger boat. Do they have like a Nerf harpoon gun or something like that? We need to get that for Sam Wu for the holidays.
I think Mrs. Wu is probably saying no because he's got 7. I have like 7 football helmets around the house. All sorts of stuff.
Oh man. Well, we'll see if we can get the harpoon for Sam Wu. But thank you everyone for coming in and hanging out on this Thursday night. Big Devils victory, 3 in a row over the division rival Philadelphia Flyers as the Devils slowly start to climb their way back up those standings. We'll see you again tomorrow. Go to American Whiskey if you're going to the game before and after. And can't wait to talk to you then. Going to turn it over to Sam Wu here for the final goodbyes.
Yeah. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow. Game Day Live and Devils After Dark is what Scotty was saying. And just remember, keep your feet on the ice and keep reaching for the stars.
Sam Casey Kasem Wu with the sign off.
Till next time, let's go Devils.